it's Nicki here, and today I thought I would make a new series of vlogs based on, to an extent, some posts I did on my blog a little while ago in which I listed some of my top 10s, everything ranging from music to art to books, of course. I thought some of those would make good videos, so a few of them I'm going to film, probably put up one a month on my YouTube channel. I may make some changes to the lists as they were on the blog, because obviously over time I've seen new films, read new books, and that might influence my choices. I wanted to start today, in fact for the first 3 months, with vampires. They are a huge thing with me. I adore vampires, and I've just finished watching season 3 of the originals, so I'm in a complete vampire fetish, so that seemed like a good place to start. On that note, I've got my little list with me so I don't miss anyone. I thought I'd start this first one with my favourite vampires from television series. Now this is the vampires themselves. I'm not really rating the series overall, just my favourite vampires from certain series. So without any further ado, number 1, Elijah Mikaelson from the originals. I cannot express in words how much I adore Elijah. So he gets the number 1 spot on my list. He's so noble, so wonderful, and seeing all the stuff about his backstory, the Red Door, just makes me love him all the more. Second, Eric Northman in True Blood. It's a pretty obvious choice. I mean, Alex Skarsgård's gorgeous, and I love the character. I love his sort of strength, but the way he has those moments of vulnerability, particularly in season 4 and like book 4. 3, John Mitchell from Being Human. Now I should say straight away, whenever I mention Being Human, I'm only referring to the UK series because I thought the US version was hideous. So this is John Mitchell, so Aidan Turner as John Mitchell. Again, how can you not love Mitchell? He's wonderful. I think I do like all these characters where they're sort of got this sort of evil streak, but they're trying to do better, and they've got this sort of vulnerable sweet side too. So, which brings us interestingly to number 4, Spike in Buffy. Obviously Spike starts off as quite the bad boy, but we do see him really progress, particularly as we got into sort of seasons 5 to 7 towards the end of the show. I've absolutely loved his character then. Number 5, maybe a slightly more obscure one, Joseph Coston from Moonlight. Moonlight only ran for 1 series, but if you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. Joseph is actually one of the minor characters, the secondary characters, but I think he is absolutely my favourite. I love, again, he's got this sort of bad boy, playboy image, but at the end of the day, he's got this sort of hidden depth. Number 6, Hal York. So back to Being Human again, but the later series after Mitchell's death and Hal became the resident vampire. Hal's battle with his desire for blood is just so brilliant and really worth watching if you haven't seen it, or if you're only used to the US series, please watch the UK one because it's so much better. Number 7, Mick St. John. Now this goes back to Moonlight, so this is actually the main character in Moonlight, and he's a vampire PI who has this sort of on-off relationship with a mortal, like a human news reporter, played by Sophia Myles. He's a lovely character again. He's got a bit less of the bad boy streak than some of the others that I've put in so far. He's more firmly a good guy, but I really loved watching his story, and it's such a shame that the show didn't carry on. Number 8 will be a popular choice, I'm sure, Damon Salvatore from The Vampire Diaries. Back to the bad boys, what can I say? So Damon over Stefan every day. I don't know, I think I'm probably in a majority there, but he's great fun, bit roguish, love him. Number 9, Henry Fitzroy from Blood Ties, which is another one that you may or may not know. They're based on a series of books by Tanya Huff. And Henry Fitzroy is a great character. He's a lot younger than most of the others here, but I love his backstory as the bastard son of Henry VIII, and I loved his interaction as well with Vicky, the main female in the show. Now number 10, I confess, I couldn't pick. I got it down to 3 choices and I couldn't choose between them, so I will quickly mention them all because they're all tied. I can't pick. Firstly, the more recent series of Dracula. Was it NBC? I think it might have been. John Rhys Meyers played Dracula. And again, another show that really deserved a second series, and it's such a shame it got cancelled so soon. Richie Gecko in the series of From Dusk Till Dawn. I absolutely adore Richie. And it's sort of a vampire, but not the traditional vampire. I love that sort of South American take on it. And he's adorable. He's just so homicidal and yet sweet. And finally, Kaname Kuran from Vampire Night, the anime version of Vampire Night. So the only animated one on my list, but I mean, who doesn't love Kaname? If you haven't seen it, watch it. And I will close for there, but I'm going to come back next month and tell you my favourite vampires in film. And then I'll round it all off in the 3rd video with my favourite vampires in literature. Bye for now.